welcome to my channel. In today's video I will talk with you about something that we can all relate to, I think, and that is the missing of traveling due to the COVID-19 restrictions right now. Today's I will make a double spread about a city that is very special to me. One of the nice things of bullet journaling, I think, is that I can also make those kind of spreads that are about special occasions for me, like for example milestones for my son, but also like those kind of things like memories of the past, and it helps me to go back to memory lane and think of the things that happened, and yeah, it makes me feel positive and happy. So I can all advise you, if you miss something really a lot, make a spread about it and feel happy again how you felt back then. So yeah, join me on my travel journey today, and yeah, let's get started. So the city I want to talk about today is the city of Istanbul in Turkey. It is so special to me because I met my husband there back in 2005. He is born and raised there, and since I met him, I've been there every year. Before I went multiple times a year, but since he moved to me in the Netherlands back in 2009, we go there every once a year to visit family and friends and have a good time there. I really love that city because it has such a nice atmosphere, and I love the buildings and how it is. I just love to stroll around, and the food is great and the people are friendly, and it's really worth visiting if you haven't been there yet. So I decided to start my spread with some art that I really see often in Turkey, and in that art are tulips incorporated, and I really love how they are drawn and the colors of it. So I decided to put them on my spread of today. The funny thing is about tulips for us is I am myself from the Netherlands, and we always think tulips are like some Dutch special thing because they are super popular here. But actually they are from Central Asia and Turkey. The tulips were brought by the Turks from Central Asia to Anatolia during their migration and have been used in decorative patterns since the 12th century. The plant also became a key theme in art, poems, stories, handicraft and miniature crafts. And its pattern has long been imprinted on mosque decorations, carpets, battle helmets, robes, skirts and money. The tulip was brought to Europe in the second half of the 15th century, and the bulbs were sent by the Austro-Hungarian Empire ambassador in Istanbul, who was also a botanist, and it first arrived in Vienna and then in the Netherlands. And then it became very popular in the Netherlands. So for us as a mixed couple, the tulip is really special because actually it's like very known in Netherlands, but they are from Turkey, and that's why I thought it's so fun to incorporate them in my spread of today. So what you see me doing is I always pre-draw or sketch my designs with pencil, so I basically know where everything is going to be. And I like to use my Tombow dual brushes for giving the color. They're a bit like watercolor effects, and I think it's really nice to work with them. What is nice about them is that you can also layer with them, and you can also blend in different colors together with a neutral color or with a lighter color or the darker color that you are using. And with that way you can give more shadows and depth to your design. Here you see I'm using a darker color of green on the lighter color of green, and I'm blending them in so it looks more smooth in the overlay. And what I'm also using is my Signo white pencil to give some details to the flowers. I draw little circles. On the right side of the page I decided to draw a place that is very special to me and my husband. It's a place where we are engaged, and it is the Kız Kulesi, or the Maiden's Tower, or it's also known as Leander's Tower. And it's a little tower on a small island in the middle of the Bosphorus. And it's built in the medieval Byzantine period. And it's on a little small isle that you can visit with the boat, and it's really nice, cute little place. The nice thing is that there are many legends about the tower. According to one legend, an emperor had a much beloved daughter, and one day an oracle prophesied that she would be killed by a venomous snake on her 18th birthday. The emperor, of course, didn't want this for his daughter, so he decided to build a tower in the middle of the Bosporus to protect his daughter until her 18th birthday. The princess was placed in the tower, where she was frequently visited only by her father. On the 18th birthday of the princess, the emperor brought her a basket of exotic fruits as a birthday gift, delighted that she was able to prevent the prophecy. Upon reaching into the basket, however, an asp that had been hiding among the fruit bit the young princess, and she died in her father's arms, just as the oracle had predicted, hence the name Maiden's Tower. The older name Leander's Tower comes from another story about a maiden, the ancient Greek myth of Hero and Leander. Hero was a priestess of Aphrodite who lived at the tower in Sestos, at the edge of the Hellespont. Leander, a young man from Abydos on the other side of the strait, fell in love with her and would swim every night across the Hellespont to be with her. Hero would light a lamp every night at the top of her tower to guide his way. Succumbing to Leander's soft words and to his argument that Aphrodite, as goddess of love, would scorn the worship of a virgin, Hero allowed him to make love to her. This routine lasted through the warm summer, but one stormy winter night the waves tossed Leander in the sea, and the breezes blew out Hero's light, and Leander lost his way and was drowned. Hero threw himself from the tower in grief and died as well. The name Maiden's Tower might also have its origins in the ancient story. Due to the vicinity and similarity between the Dardanelles and the Bosporus, Leander's story was mistakenly attributed to the tower. So this was a little piece of history about Kızkulesi, or the Maiden's Tower in Istanbul. So maybe if you visit once, you can think of those stories. But for us, the tower is especially special because, we are engaged there. We have warm memories to it. It is nice to go there by boat, and there's also a restaurant situated in it where you can drink tea or, eat nice things and enjoy the view of the Bosporus. I decided to go to the left side again and, make some hand lettering because I always love to do it. And again, I start off with first writing it with a pencil that I can erase if necessary, so I can make sure that it's in the middle of the page. And when it's all right, I write it over with a calligraphy pen. This one is from Pigma, and I really love it. It has several thicknesses, and this is the medium one. I use it for medium-sized lettering. I chose to write the words Ode to Istanbul, since this whole spread is an ode to Istanbul, and I thought it's really nice to have that also in the writing. For the letters from the words ode and to, I use my Micron fine liners. I have also several thicknesses and they're really nice to work with. Then I also put some washi tape in the top of my page. I got this one in the mail this week and I think it's really fitting. It has also a bit like Middle Eastern vibe to it, and I think it's really nice to add, and it also brings more balance in the page. What also is always a reminder for me of Turkey is the Turkish tea, and I'm drawing here a Turkish tea glass to also give attention to that part. A little fun fact about the Turkish tea is that it's an important part of the Turkish culture, and it's the most commonly consumed hot drink, despite the country's long history of coffee consumption. Offering tea to guests is part of Turkish hospitality. Despite its popularity, tea only became the beverage of choice in Turkey in the 20th century. It was initially encouraged as an alternative to coffee, which had become expensive and at times unavailable in the aftermath of World War I. Upon the loss of southeastern territories after the fall of the Ottoman Empire, coffee became an expensive import. At the urging of the founder of the Republic, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, Turkish people turned more to tea as it was easily sustainable by domestic sources. Turkish tea is traditionally offered in small tulip-shaped glasses, which are usually held by the rim, in order to save the drinker's fingertips from being scorched, as the tea is served boiling hot. I'm also always surprised how hot my husband can drink his tea. I think it's also really something that is trained maybe under Turkish people. Further, I'm now coloring in the Kıskalisi. I'm using again my Tombow dual brushes. They're really nice to work with, as I told already. They are so easy to layer. Like you can make a base layer and then go over some parts again to give some depth. And as I told already, you can also easily blend them. They are really so nice to work with. I decided to only give part of this drawing a color, like only the Kıskalisi itself and the water, so it gives that extra attention to that part of the drawing. Now I start writing about what are the nice memories to me of Istanbul and Turkey. I start off with writing 2005. It is the year that I first visited Istanbul and also the year that I met my husband. I went to Istanbul because I was studying Turkish languages and cultures next to my study of psychology, and I went there to follow a language course, and I stayed in a hostel where my husband was working at the time. He was also having a break from his studies and his summer job was working at that hostel. It is so funny how people of two complete different worlds, like I am from the Netherlands and he's from Turkey, can meet when you make certain decisions in your life. On the right side I write that due to the corona, which had restrictions since 2020, that we can't visit our family and friends anymore that are living still in Turkey, and that I really miss them and that I would really like to go again once the restrictions are lifted. I like to add some extra contrasty notes, and I write the words Kıskalisi because the building is named Kıskalisi, and they are right that we have been engaged there and that it's such a special place for us. I decided to embellish off with some washi tape. And this washi tape is also really nice. I got it in the mail, I found it on internet, and it has all kinds of buildings in Turkey. At first you see a clock tower of Izmir and the hot air balloons that you can do in Cappadocia. And there's also an image of a blue mosque, which is also typical for Istanbul when you think of that city. It's one of the most famous buildings. Actually, it was this tape that inspired me to do a double spread about Turkey and Istanbul. And this is how it turned out. And I think it looks really nice. So I hope you found this video inspiring and that you also liked a little part of history that I gave today. So thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more, please subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button below this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!